A relationship always serves our growth.
Yeah.
Always.
Okay, but I guess there is a time when you say, okay, it's done.
Yeah. And so in that moment, the relationship serves you to recognize that. So it still serves you.
Right.
But yes, a relationship is start by two people that are in the same frequencies or in the same proximity of frequencies. So a man and a woman, or a man and a man, or a woman and a woman, whatever, they are feeling an attraction to each other, and they feel an excitement, and despite what often our mind tells us, the only reason why a man and a woman commune is for gaining self-aware, for growth, for expanding our sense of awareness, because we mirror each other. So by having you in my life, I can see better part of myself, and so you do with me. So it is growing that motivates two souls, two hearts to be together. Then the mind makes all kind of speculations, and to the point that he leads the whole idea to a happily ever after fairy tales where you are addressing the experience of communing with someone else with the idea that it's going to last forever. There's nothing wrong with that. It's fun to believe that. However, if you are really truly awakened and conscious, you realize that that cannot be, because nothing lasts forever. Everything constantly changes, and so the dance between two lovers, between a man and a woman, is a dance that will last for as long as the frequencies are congruent to each other. So we are together and we are at these frequencies, but as we progress into the living, inevitably one of us will start to grow faster than the other. And we'll come to a point where there will be a gap between ourselves, and that's the moment where you want to let go. Because if you keep sticking with the person that is lower or the person that is higher, you are interfering with your personal evolution. You are indulging in stagnancy. For many of us, stagnancy is a desirable outcome because it gives us a sense of safety or comfort. And that's why many people spend all their life with someone rarely because they really are still vibrant. It's mostly because they are comfortable. So it's convenient for me to keep staying with this person. We've been together for so long, and we love each other. Yes, there is a part of me that would love to dare into new adventures, new situations, but it's much more convenient for me and much more comfortable for me to stay in this comfort zone, because it's easier, right? There's nothing wrong with that. It's just your evolution pace will be much slower. You will progress into the growth at a much lower pace, and the soul, really the only thing that cares is growth. It didn't came here to be safe. When we incarnated in this life, we didn't say, I'm going to be inside this physical body and I'm going to spend all this time by being safe. No, you and I, we all said, I'm going to have a physical experience and I'm going to make the best out of it. I'm going to experience as much as I can. I'm going to dare into the mystery of life as much as I can. And so that I can really, at the end of it, have progressed immensely in the game of life, and I have come much closer to Source. So there is the system, the ordinary thinking of the collective sponsor this idea that you have to find the woman of your life, the man of your life, and then you have to get married. So you create basically a contract that really makes sure or make it more difficult to be apart, and so you commit for a lifetime. Again, it's an experience, but as you grow into a higher level of awareness, it's an experience that is going to be more and more difficult to have, because it's against the principles of constantly change and expand. That doesn't mean that you cannot expand and live with someone for all your life. It is possible, but very rare, because again, we have different reason why we are here. We have different lessons to learn, so we have different dynamics, and so what is appear to be a perfect match in a certain moment, as we progress into the living, it might start to become not so matching anymore. So basically the experience that we were supposed to have by manifesting that person in our life have been fulfilled, and now it's time to create a new space for something new so that I can continue to have the experience. But because we are so focused in scarcity, we have a hard time to let go, because two lovers, once they recognize that the experience that they were supposed to have by crystallizing, manifesting each other, have been extinguished or completed, either new reason come through, or there is no more reasons. At that point, if you really unconditionally love each other, you will say, thank you, I love you so much, because thanks to you, now I am in a different place, in a different vibrational offer, and I gained a higher level of awareness and sense of self, Now I remember more of who I am, and now I can, in order to continue the process of expansion, I see that you are now in a different place too, but now we need to create spaciousness and let go of each other so that somebody new and now is in line with our new offer, vibration offer, can enter, so we can continue the dance and make it even more rich in creative juices and in creative shape and forms. So it's very rare that two people stay together forever and at the same time continue a high level of vibrancy, creative vibrancy in their life. It's possible, but not often happens at this moment in the world.
And on the other hand, you have like people wanting to explore multiple partners and don't even dare to really commit themselves to one relationship or one partner, and always find ways to get out and not really go deeper into a relationship. So that's the other side of the coin, I guess.
Yeah, you can say that they are preparing themselves to be a better recipient for a monogamous situation, or maybe that's not what the soul wants to experience. Maybe they need to experience multiple playfulness. Again, this is a transformational center. It's a playground. There is not right and wrong. It's whatever works for you. Sometimes you have to have a lot of different partners before you as a way to gain more awareness of what is it that you like, what is it that you want, and what is it that you won't want. Sometimes you are, from the very first moment, you're extremely clear on what you want, and now you spend the whole life with just one partner because that's exactly what it is that you want. So everybody have different points of appreciation and points of starting points, and so whatever it is, and so the people that need to experience multiple partners, they will attract other people that wants to have the same experience. People that wants to experience a monogamous life, they will attract people that wants to have the same experience. So I don't see anything wrong in either one or the other. And some people, yes, are afraid of committing, and so they are avoiding committing, and so that's the experience that they need to have. Having an experience on avoidance of commitment, and once I'm done with that experience, then I will be ready to commit. Mm-hmm. Or maybe the vice versa. I'm having an experience of commitment, and once I'm done with that experience, now I transcend this idea of that I have to commit. If you think about a commitment, it's another form of contraction. Because if I have to commit to you, it means that I have to use some energy, I have to put an effort in order to be with you. Mm-hmm. So it's not natural. If I am naturally attracted, want to be with you, I don't need any commitment. What is there commitment for?
Yeah, but people they would say a relationship is not something that is very natural. You have to work on it to be able to to learn from it, to grow from it. you have to put some effort or work in it to make it work.
I don't think we need to make things work. Because it's not about making things work. It's
Okay,
about...
no, let me put it that it is for our growth, that we can grow in our relationship. So we have to, is there nothing that we can? It's just this effortlessness all the time in the relationship. So you don't think there is any work to be done, or nothing? We have to put any effort in it.
Well, the effort is based on what is it that you want, what you desire. Now, it depends how tuned in you are with your hardcore desire. If your hardcore desire is nurturing a relationship, then yes, by going towards your desire, life will bring to surface everything that is in contrast with that, so that you can work it out, so that you can attract the desire and crystallize it into your life. But many times we find out that that's not really our desire. Many times we think that we operate and choose desires that are based on fear, rather than real organic desire that are natural to us, and create a state of being that is organic and is natural. That's our natural way of being. And so, but because once I am in the natural state of being, there is not really so much effort. So you will have to identify, so, okay, I'm putting a lot of effort in this relationship. So is this effort is coming from a desire that is organic, because I really am eliminating everything that is between me and my real joyful desire, or it's a desire that I'm trying to fulfill because under such desire there are fears, there are situations that are not in integrity with my heart. They are just mind-related separative illusions. Because many people are in love with the idea of a relationship, and so they learn that the ideal relationship is to be committed and be monogamous and live together forever, and all those things that are sponsored in the movies, for example. And it's funny because the movie always ends with the moment where he or her and she or he get married, but they never tell you what happened after, right? They don't tell you that. And it fade out, the movie fade out into the idea that now they are going to be happy forever, right? The truth is that if you go into reality, you never see that. It's very rare. It happens when you are not attached to it. You are not needy. You don't need things to work out. I don't need anything from you if I am a lover. If I love you, nothing comes from neediness. Because if I love you, the only way I can love you is because I'm loving myself. Otherwise, I cannot love you. Yeah, I say I love you, but it's not true. Underneath, I'm saying I need you to be in a certain way so I can feel better about myself. If I love myself completely, or I love myself, the more I love myself, the less I need you. The less I need you, the more I can love you. So there is no need of commitment. It's just I love myself, therefore I am a lover. And therefore I love you. And therefore I don't want anything from you. I don't need you. I love you. So, yeah, let's share. But my happiness does not depend on how you behave, how much you love me back, how many times you sleep with me, and if you sleep with somebody else, or if you live with me or live somewhere else, if I see you every day, if you call me every day, if you don't call me every day, all that stuff is it's nice, of course. It makes an interesting experience, but I don't need that in order to feel reassurance about life. I don't need that in order to feel, to fill up my emptiness inside, because I love myself. So it doesn't matter. What it matters to me is that you, because I love you, is that you become as happy as possible, as much happy as possible, that you express yourself as freely as possible, because as a lover and as a person that loves you, I sponsor whatever growing experience you need to have, independently from my needs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when I say I love you, there's no commitment. It's the opposite. When I say I love you, it means you're free. You're free. It's like if you like a bird, you love the birds. If you love the birds, you don't take it, put it in a cage, and then feed him every day. Here's some food. No.
Yeah.
You just let him fly. All you can do, the most you can do, is just to have a little house open with no caging. And if he wants to come and stay with you, he will stay with you. You can give him a feed. He might decide even to stay always there. But he is always free to fly and do whatever he needs and fulfill his experience of being a bird.
Yeah.
So you, by loving it, you don't interfere with his experience of being a bird. Actually, you support, you even expand his ability to be a bird by setting him completely free. And if he just fly and never come back, it doesn't matter. You love him. Right?
Yeah.
Now, paradoxically, because life is always a paradox, when you have managed to offer this kind of unconditional love, paradoxically, the person that is loved in that way, for that person it will be very difficult to let go at you, because you are giving her or him so much freedom, and he or she will feel so free, and she will say, wow, no matter what I'm doing, he loves me.
Yeah.
No matter what shit I'm passing through, no matter what I do that is bad or good, he loves me. That's the love of Mother Earth. Now we are replicating the love of Source, which doesn't want anything from you, contrary of what many situations want us to believe. There is not a God that wants something from you. There is not a God that has condition, and if you don't behave in a certain way, you go to hell. There is no such a thing, okay? So there is only unconditional love. So once we we become lovers at that level, we are basically recreating the love of Mother Earth, the love of Source, the love of God, if you want to call it God. I usually don't call it God because I don't like to externalize the idea of God as something outside of me that is out there and I'm here. I think we all are God, and God is within ourselves. And I don't need to create this fictitious idea, which, interesting enough, most of the time is a male energy, this outside God. Why? Why is always a man? Most of the time is this patriarchal God. That's very interesting. That should tell us a lot about these agendas that are behind the idea of God. So back to the lovers. all the experiences, whether it's a marriage, is being having a diversity of partners, all these experiences are valid because they will help you eventually to become more and more a lover. And so more and more release all these neediness and expectations and list of demands and all that. You experience that, you learn to love yourself more because the person is mirroring you more and more. You can see more and more who you are. When every time you see more of who you are, you fall in love with yourself. You love more yourself. You love more yourself. At a certain point, you don't need any more a mirror. You know that you are source, that you are unconditional love, that you are pure love, and so you don't need any more a mirror. You enjoy, if the mirror is there, you see yourself, oh, that's nice, yeah, I know how beautiful I am, that's wonderful. But you need a mirror to stick around and constantly project your image, so you don't need any more a lover. You just, and paradoxically, when you don't need it anymore, you got abundance of that.